Hi. You're still muted.
How about now?
I can hear you.
There
Am
we go.
I host powers, or will it be between you and Michael?
All right.
And I know there's a woman.
L?
Yes. Will you guys be the three co-hosts?
Yes.
Let me go ahead and start doing that. All right. So you have co-host powers, and I'll continue to add as I jump on.
I've always wanted to be a co-host. This is awesome.
Your lucky day.
Yeah. There we go.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Michael. I just gave you host powers, so now you'll have the ability to assign your co-host. I already gave Eddie. Oh, and then there's L. So there, everyone should be able to be a co-host with you.
Okay. Great.
Hello.
How's it going?
It like what unmutes you when you join this?
Yeah.
Hey Jeff. Long time.
Hello.
I'm going to make sure my share works. That one work?
Looks like it.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just still give people another 5 minutes to show up.
So, how's the weather?
Hot, I think. Hadn't been outside in a little while, but I'm pretty sure it's still hot.
It is 29 today.
29.
Celsius.
That's... What is that?
80? I don't know.
No.
9
shit.
degrees above freezing.
I used to be able to do that in my head.
30 C is 86 Fahrenheit. So
Okay, I can see a couple people starting to roll in. We'll just give a little bit more time.
Hey, William. I don't know if your mic works, but hi. Hi, Abigail. Hi, Monica. It's so awkwardly quiet.
Hello.
There we go. No, it's not quite as awkward. Here we go.
All right, good. People rolling in.
Excuse me, sorry.
Okay. All right, I think maybe we should go ahead and get started. People will roll in and they'll see the good stuff in a few minutes. I'm just going to start with a little outline of what we're going to do today. So today I'm just going to give a little brief overview of what Nexul Academy is, and then we're going to jump into the main presentation talking about PlantLuv, and I'll leave Eddie and Elle to that. So Nexul Academy is a training program to take you, so if everybody can see my screen, I hope. It's to help people transition into a career in software development. So maybe you've been struggling learning on your own, or you're just getting started. Either way, we take you all the way to the point of working through a project and to get ready for a job. So if you look at nexulacademy.com, you would see kind of what goes on here. We have online courseware as one of our, is how people start to learn how to get into development. It goes over a lot of the topics, the .NET Core, Angular, SQL, and a lot of other topics that go along with that. But to pair along with that, we have mentoring support. That's primarily me helping you out along through the courseware. And everyone that's gone through the program has had me as their mentor so far. Our next level is the project track, and that is what we're going to essentially talk about tonight. We're going to have one of the projects that just finished. I think they'll even probably say they'd love to keep working on it even longer, and they might be doing that. That's up to them. And then after that, we've got career coaching to help people take it from that point and actually get hired into the job. And I stick with you until you're in that job and help you get through that process. So the next thing, we're just going to go ahead and kick it off. We're going to take it to Elle. She's going to start off the presentation of PlantLuv. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing so you can do that. At the end, after their presentation, we'll have a Q&A period where you can ask all your questions about either of me or the program, or them about their project, or where they're going to go next in their career. So go ahead and take it off.
You need to enable sharing.
Okay, let's see. There you go.
Is that sharing?
Yep.
Looks like it.
Hi guys and welcome. I'm Elvia. So our project is called PlantLuv, and it's the basic purpose of it is to monitor and have an app where you could see when the last time you fertilized, or what your plants are. So as you can see, I love plants, and I based the app basically around that. One issue I always come across is a lot of my plants have different needs, and it was getting ridiculous for me to keep up with all the needs. There are a few apps currently available that are similar, but they were too, I don't know, they'd have a wizard, and it was like way too many steps for me to actually care to use the app. So we've kind of simplified that. My teammate is Eddie,
That's me.
and he will introduce himself right now.
So my name is Eddie. Let's see where to begin. I guess I've been curious about things as long as I can remember. When I was young, I got grounded for taking apart a toaster. I had a computer that my dad let me disassemble a few years later, and I was just kind of hooked on that because I was like opening up a magic box. Never really completed a formal education, but I still kind of lucked into a field, the IT field, a few years back. Done data center work, done network work, did a lot of support there. Was doing that for a lot of years. Just kind of got bored of that because it's nothing really left for me to learn there. But as fortunate to have it, I had the chance to develop a tool during my last job there, which ended up being adopted by some other teams in the company there. Taught myself the basics of JavaScript and VBA, put that together, and it was probably the most satisfying thing I've ever done. Probably the defining characteristic of my career in IT is that I don't really consider this work exactly. It's fun for me. I don't actually work. People just let me play with their computers until they start functioning correctly again. Because I just really enjoy solving puzzles, and that's all this is to me. So software development kind of seemed like the next step because it's just a puzzle where you create your own pieces. So that's what led me here. Yeah, what about you?
So I have a background in front-end design, self-taught. I kind of got bored with all of that and wanted to make a transition into being a full-stack developer. Addicted to houseplants. And I consider this work. If I'm not playing video games, it's work.
So I guess these are some of the technologies that we learned at Nexul Academy and deployed during our project here. It's about half and half C#, .NET on the back end, lots of Angular and material design for the front. And of course, then we had to have tools to actually implement those technologies we learned using a combination of Visual Studio and VS Code to work one half and the other as needed there, the right tool for the right job. Also learned a lot about source control and specifically using GitHub to manage different branches, different versions of each feature that we were working on. And it was all tracked through Trello, which is I guess you would call that management software online for keeping track of who needs to do what and what still needs to be done. That came in very handy there.
Should we show them a demo or okay?
Yeah, let's.
So here's a couple of screenshots before we actually go into the demo of our application website. It's basically divided into two sections: My Plant, My Collection, and Browse Plants. My Plant the both aspects, Angular and C# was done by Eddie, and Browse Plants was done by me. Did you want to go through the demo on your PC or?
You probably have a few more plants on there than I do, so I'll let you take care of launching the site there.
Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yep, can see it.
Yeah.
I don't see the outline on my screen like I usually see, so I can't really tell. All right, this is our homepage. Pretty simple. The responsiveness is not 100% on the marketing pages. For now, the only type of registration we have is through Outlook. We do hope to add more options later on. That's pretty simple, just log in, which is also registration.
This is where the magic happens.
Yep. And this is your dashboard. So once you log in and you don't actually have any plants, obviously none of these will be visible to you. So you click on add new plant. The plant type is populated from the browse plant section. So you don't actually add your own plants. It has to be based upon a plant that's already in the database, which we're going to have to expand on eventually.
Right now we have, what is it, 25-ish different plant types and species in there currently?
I think we have about 20.
Thereabouts.
A little less. So you could give your plant a nickname, just in case, you know, you're like me and you've got 5 different plants that are exactly the same. Purchase date. You can backtrack this. Say we last watered. So I guess we fertilize it the day we purchase it,
brought it home.
which makes no sense, but
Cool stuff. We also have.
Go on.
Oh, I was going to say we also have the ability to allow users to upload a photo of their plant if they don't want to use the default stock image of that particular species that we have.
Okay, that is not a civil blue process, but we'll just go with it for now.
Sure, why not? For example purposes. There we have a new plant in your garden. How about that?
So you'll get a few basic things for each plant that's viewable on your section. What type of light's required, if it's toxic to dogs, cats, or small animals. If it's pet safe, you've got a little tick here. So say we've just watered our plant. We just hit water and it should update for us to today's date. So it's a simple way to keep track of our plants. And this is our database for all plants we've included. Each plant has additional information. can add this plant directly to your collection through the screen, so you don't have to venture back to your own collection.
See that little message at the bottom of the screen said plant added. Give a little user feedback there.
Yep, and here it is, Snow 2. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Eddie?
That's pretty much it. It's the basics of it there. You have the option to go back and correct information if you accidentally click water on one. Whoops, we can go back and change that date there.
Update. Oh, it removed the image.
Which one did you click on?
This one, it removed the image. We do have a few bugs.
Yeah. It is still a work in progress. I think Mike had mentioned earlier that this was something we do continue, or we plan to continue working on there. Because like El mentioned, there's a few apps out there that'll kind of fill this niche, but not quite ones that satisfy her, I was going to say like strict, shoot, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. None that really meet her requirements there, so I guess that's why we built our own.
Yeah, like I said, like there are lots of other apps out there now. It's just when you've got so many plants, and honestly, a lot of us houseplant enthusiasts have like 100 plants. It's kind of hard to keep track of it, going through a wizard each time. So this is a little more simplified.
You want to hop back to the slideshow?
Yes.
So I think the next slide is what we plan on doing in the future. So right now you can only add plants that we have information for in the database, which has the potential for people to have a plant that we don't. So going forward, we do want to create a form for people to suggest different types so that they can be added after that. Right now, we're only showing you one photo of your plant, but we'd like to have a feature where you can see that over time, as your plant grows, you continue to upload photos. I think Elle had mentioned before there that we want to have multiple ways for users to log in, so they're not restricted to just Microsoft there. This is just what we wanted to get done for that initial push there to get it going. Let's see. What else is on there? Sharing plants. This is something that, Elle, was that your idea for sharing plants, or was that?
I don't know. That was like in the early days.
It was
meeting in person.
Yeah. Oh, back before the COVID times there.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the social aspect of this. If you're really into plants and you want to share that with others, it'll be nice to mark them as public so other people could view your potted babies as well.
Right now, you say search. So what is that one about?
What's that?
That advanced search. What is that one about?
Right now, we're pretty limited with the search functionality. We have a filter up top, but say you want to just return all plants that aren't toxic to dogs, or all plants that are suitable for low light situations.
Or all plants that are specifically geared towards beginners there.
Oh yeah, that too.
If you're not comfortable with a high level plant.
I'm not even comfortable with that.
I find that hard to believe, how many you have there.
All right, I think we are at the end of our presentation.
Yeah. Not much to it when you really get down to it.
No.
It's just a simple app for tracking your watering and fertilizing of your houseplants.
Good. Thanks guys for presenting that. We've got contact information for both of them up on the slide. I know this is being recorded for later, so if somebody wanted to reach out to one of them for a job offer or to talk about PlantLuv in general and how they could use PlantLuv, I'm sure they'd be happy to help out with that. So we would move into the Q&A portion. If anybody wants to unmute and ask a question, or if you're having sound issues, if you want to send it in the chat section, and we'll pick it up from there and we'll read it off.